Welcome, Aries, and happy December. And Merry Christmas to you. Now, my other channel, the Brothers of the Sword Productions, has another video out titled Shugburl Inscription Decoding on Shepherd's Monument. And this is one of the world's top uncracked ciphers that I believe I've cracked. And if you're interested in viewing the video, the link is down below in the description box. Now, you're the third reading I've done for December, and I'm starting to see a pattern here where a lot of dust that had to settle from last summer's eclipses, a lot of things were changing throughout the fall, and now all of a sudden you're going to be setting some foundations, long-term foundations for the winter and for 2019 as well. I'm saying that too because you received the Jera Rune. And this is the 12th letter in the Norse alphabet, and it signifies 12 months. So it is saying whatever now foundation that you set is going to be for long-term goals. There isn't going to be that immediate gratification, but things are going to gradually build and finally find success. This is where you put in a lot of hard work in order to reap abundance in the rewards. This is when you feel an actual accomplishment because you worked hard for it. But it needs patience. You know, there's going to be a lot of ebb and flow, changes in the cycles. You have to respect that as you're going through this. The funny thing about time is humans probably will never completely understand it, because it flows on its own volition. The river of life, the lake of our emotions that well up within us. And even though that we can't really control it, we perceive it. We perceive it by major events in our life. You know, when we finished college and when we got married and the birth of our first child. You can think of this Jera card as a harvest card, maybe even closest to the Empress, where now it's the cycle of harvest and rebirth. But you have to be careful too, because when there's time of abundance, you have to save for times of dearth. And actually, you do have the Empress card down there that's saying abundance, material things coming to you, new projects coming into your orbit. Now, the Minchiati card that I pulled for you was sight. Now, you can actually real-time see something. And maybe you will, but I think you have something in your sights as a goal, more than it being a vision, or you being a visionary. Visionary, I mean intuitively. You now have a vision for a goal. Uranus has slipped back into your sign, and maybe there's going to be some unexpected changes coming in, some unexpected event that's going to change things for you. But for this month, be careful, because Mercury is rather volatile. He's retrograde in Scorpio for the first week. Then he's going to be in a shadow period. Then he's going to be going into Sagittarius. There's a lot of things happening that make sure that you're precise in your communication with people and that there's no wiggle room or nothing lost in translation. Venus is in her shadow period too, and that's connected to the Empress. There was a time where Venus went to sleep. The beauty, the value of things were diminished, and now they're coming back. Venus is now up in the morning sky. She's now the morning star, and the brightest she's been for a very long time. So if you get a chance, go out and check it out. Because the Empress is emblematic of Venus. Even though she rules all the zodiac signs that are on her diadem as stars, she actually rules Venus emblematically. And this is now about you reaping the harvest of material things in your life. And she's with the Ace of Pentacles, which is about material things. Protection as well, and well-being and health. But let's go up and take a look at the overall energy cards. You received the Three of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, another Pentacle card again. You're juggling around some ideas of making some money. But remember, this number 2 is about partnership and balance too, as well as making decisions, because the Three of Cups is saying you're celebrating an accomplishment, maybe even a shared accomplishment with other people. or maybe a personal accomplishment of going into a higher level self. But yeah, you're coming to the end of something, and it is time to make new decisions with the Two of Pentacles there. Yeah, it's saying it's decision time. I think you held some decisions off until now because you weren't able to make them in the summer. The summer was awful for me. I don't know about you. And and things were still up in the air here in the fall. But now winter's settling in. We've got the solstice coming in December 21st. And then things going into Capricorn where it's saying, yeah, hit the books hard and heavy. Hit everything hard and heavy for you and your accomplishments that you want to work towards. Now the cards over on the left for what you know. You received the Hanged Man, the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is about news, ideas coming in. And I think you have some right now. And maybe news will be coming in with these ideas that you have now rolling around in your mind. You're seeking wisdom because you have the Hanged Man there. But the Hanged Man always indicates that there's a sacrifice. Quid pro quo, something for something. You have to give something up in order to accept something new. Making room for it. I had an instructor that always says, well, it's like a tube with ping pong balls. The more you put in, the ping pong balls fall out the back. Yeah. The incoming and outgoing, input and output. Now, the Ace of Cups can be a very immature atmosphere as well. There's maybe some unrequited love. Or maybe you're falling in love, or falling in love with something. It's not necessarily a person, but it can be a thing, a prospect, an idea that you're falling in love with. Just make sure you don't go off the deep end with passion for it. Make sure you put it in perspective. Now, a lot of things are going to be happening unexpectedly. And here you do have Uranus in your sign. And this is the planet of unexpected changes. Also electricity and technology. The Eight of Wands is one of the greatest cards in the deck because it's saying that everything's falling into place. But it has the Justice card next to it, so it's saying that if it has balance, it will fall into place unexpectedly. You're striving now to maintain this balance. And to maintain balance, you have to make a decision after decision after decision to find an equilibrium. It just doesn't find itself. It just doesn't come to the couch. You have to make this happen. Justice is holding the sword of truth, so there has to be truth involved in this for you to acquire the harvest that is yet to come. This can also be about accountability for people's behaviors and action. Maybe it's people outside your work, maybe family, friends, or maybe it's you too that has to review how you've behaved and was there some knee-jerk reaction for some things. But here in your self-awareness or your awareness of all kinds, you receive the Ace of Pentacles and the Empress. Oh yeah, new things are coming. Opportunities are going to be offered to you if you see them. Make sure you identify with them and the potential that they have. A lot of times you go, well, this isn't the right time. Well, maybe it's not. But these opportunities don't always come around. And you have to really start evaluating, balancing it out, looking at it to see if it's worthy of your time and to entertain this idea that's back there with the Page of Cups and with the Two of Pentacles for the decision that needs to be made. But you have abundance coming if you keep this balance with the Empress there. She can indicate too, a new project coming into your life, new things. And the first future card agrees with that because you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card about gestation. You've sowed the seeds and now things are growing. You have to have patience and vigilance to make sure that everything is going along the right lines. The Hermit too, you have the Hermit above the Seven of Pentacles. He's connected back there with the Hanged Man, of having patience, seeking insight, enlightenment, maybe even vision with the Sight card. He has that lamp that's going to illuminate some aspects of the project that are going to make it worth it for you to go ahead with this project. Now, right next door to the Hermit is the Six of Wands. This is another celebration card. It's connected to the Three of Cups up there. Yay, things are happening the way they should, falling into place, and you finding that peace within yourself and patience for all this to happen. And if you do find that peace and patience, you have the Ten of Cups as the last future card. This is a card about satisfaction and happiness with friends and family and with your own emotions. Yeah, welcome to some happiness. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.